There are moments when your prayers feel like they're hitting a wall and your heart is searching for reassurance. Welcome to His Time 365. Today is day 171 and we're reading Psalms 77 through 79. These passages walk us through honest struggle, remembering God's past faithfulness and trusting Him even when the present feels heavy.
Finding Hope in the Darkness. Lessons from Psalms 77 to 79. Have you ever felt overwhelmed by life's challenges, wondering if anyone truly understands your pain? The Psalms often capture the raw emotions of human experience, and today we dive into Psalms 77 to 79, where the psalmist grapples with despair, yet finds a glimmer of hope amid the darkness. In Psalm 77, the psalmist begins in a place of deep anguish. He recalls sleepless nights and a heart heavy with sorrow. He feels distant from God, crying out, "Will the Lord cast off forever?" Psalms 77, verse 7. His pain is palpable as he wrestles with memories of better days, yearning for the comforting presence of God. He questions if God has forgotten him, wondering if his mercy has ceased. Psalms 77, verse 8. As the psalmist reflects, he shifts his focus from his troubles to the mighty deeds of God. He remembers how God saved his people during the Exodus, parting the Red Sea and guiding them through the wilderness. The imagery of God leading his people like a flock captures his heart, reminding him that even in despair, God's power and love remain steadfast. This turning point illustrates how recalling past blessings can illuminate our current struggles. Moving to Psalm 78, we find a historical reflection on Israel's past, its triumphs and failures. The psalmist recounts the goodness of God, drawing attention to the miraculous signs performed for the Israelites. Yet, despite these wonders, the people often turned away, forgetting God's grace and mercy. The refrain of "they limited the Holy One of Israel" serves as a cautionary tale. It reminds us that we too can be quick to forget the blessings we've received when faced with trials. This psalm encourages us to pass down the stories of God's faithfulness to future generations, ensuring that they understand the importance of remembering God's goodness. Whether it's sharing stories at the dinner table or discussing faith during family gatherings, these moments can strengthen our family's foundation and deepen our connection to God. Finally, Psalm 79 presents a lament for the devastation of Jerusalem. The psalmist cries out for mercy, pleading for God to restore his people. "Help us, O God of our salvation," he implores, underscoring the human need for divine intervention in times of crisis. This passage resonates with many of us as we witness the struggles in our world today: communities torn apart, families in distress, and individuals battling mental health issues. The themes of these psalms are profoundly relevant. For instance, in the workplace, we may experience overwhelming stress that makes us feel isolated. Reflecting on past successes and God's guidance can help us navigate these tough times. In family life, sharing our struggles with loved ones can foster understanding and support, creating an environment where everyone feels heard. In financial challenges, similarly, can lead to despair. The reminder to look back at times when we have been provided for can inspire hope and encourage us to trust in God's provision. And when we face anxiety or depression, recalling moments where we felt God's presence can be a source of comfort and strength. In the digital age, we often scroll through social media and see only the highlights of others' lives, which can exacerbate feelings of inadequacy. However, when we remember the stories of struggle and resilience found in the Psalms, we realize that every life has its shadows and we are not alone. In conclusion, Psalms 77 to 79 teach us that while we may face dark moments, God's faithfulness shines through when we remember His past mercies. Let us not limit the Holy One of Israel by forgetting His goodness. Instead, let's share our testimonies of His provision with others and encourage one another during trying times. Remember, even in despair, hope can bloom when we turn our hearts towards God. How can remembering past experiences of God's faithfulness help us in our current struggles? What stories of God's goodness can you share with your family or community to encourage them? In what ways can we avoid limiting God by forgetting His past interventions in our lives?
Thanks so much for joining me today for His Time 365. Remember, today's reading is Psalms 77 through 79, so be sure to spend some time with those verses during your quiet time. Tomorrow, we'll be diving into Psalms 80 through 82, so feel free to read ahead if you like to prepare. If you enjoyed this time together, don't forget to like, subscribe, and tap the bell so that you never miss a day on this journey. I'll see you back right here tomorrow for day 172. Until then, stay encouraged and thank you for giving God His time today.